Asia. I'm a dog trainer, and I am here today on the road once again. I am thinking about dog stuff, and so if you are somebody who likes to talk about dog things, today we're going to talk about CBDs for dogs. And please like and subscribe if you'd like to hear more content about dog things, because I will be here for you. So CBDs are something that we talk about a lot in my office for a couple of different applications. So one would be for joint health for dogs, and one would be for behavioral things such as anxiety relief and stuff like that. So I actually have a personal testimony about this, how helpful it is on the anxiety side of things from when I adopted my little fur baby, and he was a trauma survivor, had a lot of reactivity and things like that. CBDs were a great way that we, in addition to the training and whatnot that we were doing, that we overcame some of his reactivity and just kind of helped his little mind to be able to absorb the information he was learning without just being a crazy man. So for him, as an example, I had him on it almost daily for a couple of months, and then kind of tapered from there and went back on it for another few weeks, and then we use it now just as needed when we're flying, or there's something really crazy happening that day. Thunderstorms, it helps him with that. So that's just my little anecdotal bit from myself, my own little testimony. However, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of anecdotal stories that I've heard from my clients. You can read other people's stories online, and there is a growing body of research scientifically about it too, so you can find that all for yourself. There are many brands that are vet approved, so you can talk to your vet about that. There are many large retailers that have brands that are made in America. I always encourage trying to find your pet products made in America as best as you can for safety reasons and quality control. Anyway, so that's all about that. So the long and short of CBDs, why I wanted to bring it up is it can be a really valuable tool to add in to what you are doing if you're just not getting the results that you're wanting. In particular, adding it with some other therapies for joint health. Talk to your vet about that, of course, but I have heard many stories that it has helped to just give them that added boost that they needed to help with keeping the inflammation down. So again, talk to your vet about that. I am not a vet. On the behavioral side, I'm a dog trainer, so I can speak a little more into that. CBDs have been so helpful for some families that I've worked with where they just have not been able to get what's the right way to describe it, to get the headway they need to get new behavior started. For instance, there's a young dog, he's about a year old, who was just having very extreme nervousness problems with certain members of the family after being adopted by them. And they just were having a tough time even getting him to engage with those people. He just would have these kind of terror, almost like blackout, kind of glaze over moments. So the CBDs for him, they gave it to him for about a week, started seeing some of his temperament mellowing out a little bit, where he didn't just have the crazy eyes all the time at certain members of the family. And then now it's been a couple of months he's been on it, and overall just his behavior across the board is becoming calmer. He's internalizing more of what we've been working on in training. And of course it's kind of multiple things working at once for this dog, because they are very steady with their training with him, they're staying consistent, but they just were having the toughest time breaking through on getting him acclimated to the family, and the CBDs really made a huge difference within about a week. So that was a real blessing. So that's just one, again, of many stories. So I encourage you to talk with your vet about it. And what I've noticed with CBDs is it can take some dogs a couple of days before it really kind of gets in their body. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking about using it for storms coming up or something like that, or for going on an airplane or a boat or something, then you may want to try it a couple days in advance. Definitely make sure they're tolerant of it. Some dogs, I've heard it just doesn't even work for, so that's one thing to consider. And it's within the realm of possibility. I haven't encountered it yet, but maybe some dog out there is allergic to it too. So you just want to be watching for, do they get itchy after you give it to them? Do they want to vomit? Do they just seem kind of out of it? Then that's not the right medicine for them. So yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there as a little bit of information, and I hope that that helps you. I'm at my destination, yay! And yeah, any questions, just message me in the comments, or you can look at my contact info on my show notes. And keep loving your pets well, and thank you for continuing to pursue information about how to help them to live their best little fur baby lives. All right, have a great day. Bye.